everybody. I'm going to do a recording here. I did something for Jesse on Lego World and used a little bit of art that I did. So I'm doing a track there. And what this is before I get started on that, I've talked about a different couple of things I said I've written, and just to kind of show that I'm not just saying it, I do actually write. For instance, this here, this has one of the very first stories I've written. Not real long, not a lot, but I could make like a neat little paperback. But that's called In Need of a Friend in Need. That was, like I said, one of the first things I wrote. I started writing. I also have something written here. This is the start of Hazardous XXX in the story of the drummer boy. So that's what's in this one. This is just stuff I wrote when I was going to my English course. I had to take English course 101 or something like that for college and stuff like that. And that's what in there is a lot of just the stuff I was writing, stuff I was learning on. And this is something old. This I talked about this. This has the MMR 500 scenario in it, and that's what's in here. There's a game we played called Traveler. I set that up. I'm kind of using that storyline for MMR 500, which is magic replicator, movie magic replicator. Okay, back to this. This here, I talked about Gabriel. I got a character on one of the can't remember what it was, but her name was Gabriel. And that's what this is. There's 3 notebooks I wrote on Gabriel. And when I played World of Warcraft, when I was playing it, like I mentioned before, I created a character through Iron Forge, a female dwarf, which kind of was the closest I could find to the description or what I pictured Gabriel to be at. So she became my Gabriel in World of Warcraft. She tamed a wolf. In here, she's got a pet dog that, well, you got to read about the dog. There's a movie magic. But that's Gabriel, that's her story. And I created a few different characters in there. So, and then here's this is just other stuff I've written here and there, little short comments and stuff. But like I get bored and I write stuff down. I'm always saying, write it down. Okay. Now I talked about Gabriel's daughter. I wrote another story. And this is Gabriel's daughter. This one is about Rianne. So there's Gabriel, that's one story I wrote. That's a whole story with Gabriel. And then this one is Rianne. This is about her daughter. So I mentioned Gabriel and a couple in this one here. So you got Gabriel, you got Rianne. This is the same one. I actually got it printed up and I took it in and I had them bind it. So actually this is my actual first book, first draft I have printed up. It's called Who Really Knows. I like this one. It's kind of all I don't want to make it, I don't know how you describe it. I don't want to say it's a slacker type thing. It's one of those, it's a kind of creepy story, and at the end you're going, wait a minute. That kind of thing, I don't want to give it away. I like that one. And I've got a couple in here too that I got. And this one, this is the one I just wrote. I just finished this one. This is called Backstage the Movie. So I was writing this one up at work. Like I said, I do a lot of sitting there watching screens like I do here. When I'm bored, what do? I pick up a pencil and paper and I start writing. And that's what I did here. This is called Backstage the Movie, and that's the story I just got done finished writing. And what I like to do now, I like to figure out about going back to school and learning how to put all this stuff into print. And then I can use the school, learn how to do it, and maybe actually put these into actual print, even if one or two copies. Because I don't know if they'd actually sell or even worth reading, but I like reading them. The one here about a friend, I read that one 5 or 6 other times now since I wrote it. I like reading that one. That's a pretty good book that I wrote. I like them all, really. I like reading about Gabriel. I like reading about Rian. And then I want to say it's make-believe in the sense that it's like a world that's apart from ours, and there's things in the world that it's kind of like a lot of the stuff I made up. So I don't want to put a label on them because they might fit different genres. They might fit different things. I don't know. Well, this is this. So if someone reads only these type of books, they're not gonna. And even if I don't get them printed up, just the fact that I actually started to write something and I finished it. And sometimes that's the hardest thing, coming up with the finish. Now, like this one, and there's another one I did too. It's like, as I was writing it, the ending kind of came to me. I went, uh-oh. And then, so I wrote that down somewhere, put it in there, so now I'm writing to that end. And as opposed to sometimes in a writing, and you don't know how you're going to end it. You don't know how it's going to end yourself, and all of a sudden you surprise yourself. Oh, really? That's what happened. That's what's so cool about writing. But, okay, I'm going to leave this as this is. Like I said, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get this little clip of showing that I'm not just talking, I'm not blowing smoke up people's butt, that I do write. And it started in school. When I was a kid, I loved to write. And it's weird because I didn't know about it. I didn't realize it till later that what was happening was I was actually coming up with some pretty cool stories. And I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed making that stuff up. I like telling stories, see? But what happened is when I get into class, I hand it in, I'd be all right, this is cool. And then it'd come back and be all chalked up with red pen, and there'd be like a C- or a D+. It's like, oh man, shattered me. I thought it was pretty good. But it wasn't so much the content of what I was writing. What they were marking was the sentence structure, the spelling. And at the time, I was having a hard time memorizing all that stuff because my memory sucks. It always has. It's hard to focus on something and retain it when I'm sitting, and the next thing I know, I'm thinking about something over here, right? Or I'm trying to, and that's what's so cool about writing. When I start writing, the ideas, it just flows down. All of this. That's how it started. I remember working the gas station in the military, and the thing with that is you just had to be there to keep it open because a lot of it was self-service. So it'd be like, okay, you're sitting there, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, your TV stations go off the air at the time. There was only 3, upper Michigan, right? There's only 3 channels, and then at 2 o'clock, they sign off, so now what do you do? That's when I learned to pick up a piece of paper, pick up a pencil, and I started to write. I've been doing it ever since. So that's what this is all about. I just want to show that I actually do write, and I do have some stuff I've written, and it's not corrected. It's the spelling, the sentences aren't right, but it's just something I've done, and that's why I want to go back to school. I want to start learning to rewrite all this and actually get some hard copies, and maybe, who knows, maybe one of these I can actually put in a print with me cool. If not, I still have the books. I've written them, they're all written, I've signed them, I've got them. So, I was going to say,
come back and look at a lot of this editing stuff together.
running some clips I did here, okay.
I've been doing this switching out all night, so.
There we go. So, from ELAstudio and Sons, Phyled and OelGrez, Gwinn and Jazz, we want to thank you for watching, thank you for following, and like I said, that's what I want to do. Okay, we're under 14 minutes, we can use this. And then I'm going to do one for there, but I got to go get ready because it's almost time for work.
That's why I was working so hard within the last little bit to get everything I need, because it takes a little bit to build these rafts, but now I can go anywhere. And this is different than when I started out with Grezzel, because I don't even remember that spooky rock over there. We'll have to check that out at some. But this is the island now that she's claimed. She started her own little keep over here, and what I plan on doing is I plan on maybe surrounding this whole thing with a great big wall, and the inside will be the keep, and this will be her main headquarters here on island as we start working out towards other places. Like I said, script go please. This is Gabriel, everybody. Thank you for watching. And there we go. These are adventures of Gabriel, and we'll do some more to come. There's a voiceover. ELAstudio and some Phyled, OelGrez, Gwinn and Jazz. Thank you for watching and thank you for following. How was that, Mr. Editor? Everybody, timing, transition, music, it's all in place. Go ahead and post this one. And great job, everybody. Good job.